Welcome everyone to this webinar about how to streamline your purchasing with automation. We're really happy to have you on today to look on how we can make your life simpler with automation in purchasing. So I'll first want to ask if there are any Synapse customer in the room. Can you just maybe send something in the chat to say, hey, I'm a Synapse customer, so that we know that you're here on that basis. So I'm guessing there aren't. So let's start. We'll first start by introducing you, Marilyn, the marketing manager of Commonwealth Plywood. Marilyn, the mic is yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, hello, everyone. A big thank you for accepting our invitation here today. As Kevin mentioned, my name is Marilyn. I am the marketing manager at Commonwealth Plywood Distribution. We have partnered with Cieblink team to offer you this webinar today. Our goal is to give you information on the different solutions available to you to simplify your purchases. At Commonwealth, it's important to us to be a partner that gives you flexibility, which is why we invested on our website, but also in other partners like Cieblink. Indeed, we have created a bridge between
Marilyn, we cannot hear you. Your mic is mute. I don't know why.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Now can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. So I'm just going to circle back to a bit earlier. I was mentioning that it is really important for Commonwealth to be a partner that gives you flexibility, which is why we are investing in our website, but also other partners like Cieblink. We have created a bridge between our system and Cieblink's so that your purchases can be seamlessly routed to your distribution center. Furthermore, we are going to present to you Cieblink Pro or Premium solutions today. And if any of these are something that interests you, we are offering a 70% discount to our customers for a limited time. During this webinar, there is a chat available to ask your questions. So don't be shy, ask away. There's going to be a team monitoring it, and we're going to have a Q&A session as well at the end of the webinar. For the rest of the webinar, I will leave you in the capable hands of Cieblink's solution expert, Kevin. He will be able to explain more about the platform and its advantages. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you so much, Marilyn. So I'll first give you a little bit of insight on who I am, why I'm your host today. So I'm Kevin Martin. My mission is to help the various players in the woodworking industry to make it strong and competitive so that we can all benefit. Why is that my mission? So I actually started my career in a furniture company a while back, where I was an account manager. And that's where my passion for the industry came in. I had worked for a few years there, and I'll want to give you a little anecdote that I lived there because I think it also ties in with today's webinar. I was to be responsible to relieve some material, some special materials from overseas to have it brought to our factory to make some products, right? And I forgot to release that because I was very busy. I had other projects to manage. I had a lot of stuff going on, and while forgetting to do the release of the materials, well, that also created a chain reaction, a lot of problems afterwards because now the materials are coming in late. That also means that I have to try to move everything in the shop to be able to still produce. And that also meant that now my project was late. So the implication of not having your material on time were a lot bigger than just not having the material, right? So if you don't have the material, you can produce. This also ties in with my passion because now I've always wanted to find new solutions to optimize the processes. That's where I started with Synapse that has the same goals as us. They have been working for the past 15 years to market those solutions to meet diverse needs of the woodworking players. The woodworking industry has different players and they all have different challenges, but we all try to tie in all of that together to then make it stronger. So how can we optimize all of those challenges? Today, what we're going to be looking at is how to simplify purchasing, how to optimize purchasing. So we'll first start with the portrait of the industry supply chain, because we need to understand the supply chain to know how we can tie in everything together. We'll then see the different solutions of the Synapse suite. We'll have an overview of how to simplify your purchases with Cieblink free purchases. We'll then have a brief presentation of Cieblink Pro, Cieblink Premium, and Synapse supplying. Then we'll just try to look at all of the things that we need to remember, and we'll finish this with a Q&A session. Now, like Marilyn said, the way the webinar will work, it's going to be a continuous presentation. As you might have already noticed, you're all on mute. It's for a reason, but you can still ask your questions in the chat. We have moderators in the room that will be able to answer your questions if it's quick and easy questions. If they are good questions, we'll take those questions and one of the moderators, Marilyn, will ask them at the end so that we can all review those questions all together. If you have any further questions, please schedule a meeting with myself. It will be a pleasure to assist you in your further questions. One of the moderators just dropped the meeting link in the chat. So if you want, feel free to just schedule a meeting. And it's going to be my pleasure to help you out. Now let's look at the woodworking industry supply chain. Most of you most likely already know it, have already an idea of how it works, but just so we're all on the same page, we'll first start with the beginning of the chain, the homeowners, people that actually need woodworking done. Those people will work with designers, with builders, and all of these people will either work with dealers or commercial manufacturers, manufacturer dealer, so a manufacturer that also has a showroom, and with manufacturers that exclusively work with dealers and with builders. Then all of those people need to supply themselves through distribution. So they'll work with distributors such as Commonwealth Plywood. They can also supply themselves with countertop manufacturers and door manufacturers. And finally, all of those guys need to have some materials. So they will work with material manufacturers such as the Uniboard, such as Tefisa. So now we've all put that all together. We know the chain, we know the different steps. How will that all tie in? So are you guys ready to streamline your purchasing? Can you guys just give me a little bit of thumbs up, a little bit of action in the chat, a little bit of action somewhere, right? I think we have a shy group. All right. So we figured that e-commerce platforms are not the only solution for our industry. The woodworking industry players also require purchasing tool that connects them all to their suppliers. So that's what we're going to look at. The benefit of having a simplifying your purchases, it's going to give you access to orders that arrive on time. You'll be able to have purchase orders that have been properly sent, received, and confirmed. You'll also be able to sending and tracking your purchase orders on a centralized platform. So all seeing them at the same place for all of your suppliers. You'll also be able to eliminate transcription errors. Those errors, they can come and bite you, right? So now let's look at the different solution regarding purchasing with Synapse. So we first have the Cieblink free purchases. This will allow you to make purchasing of SKU and configurable products. You'll also be able to track your purchases with a legend. You then have Cieblink Pro purchases. That one is going to allow you to use a shopping cart to do just-in-time purchasing, as well as use QR codes to do Kanban method purchasing and management. You'll then have Cieblink Premium. Cieblink Premium will allow you to import from your engineering software and will help you to create those reports from your engineering software, such as Cabinet Vision, Microvellum, and Mosaic. Finally, we have Synapse Supplying. That will allow you to have a comprehensive module of managing inventory, as well as a smart purchasing module. Now let's dig in a little bit further with Cieblink Free. So what are the advantages of using Cieblink Free? You'll be able to complete your first purchase order in less than 10 minutes. That means 10 minutes setup to add all of your information that you need to make your first order. That's crazy fast. If you've ever done any integration, I can tell you that's amazing. Then you can be able to place all of your suppliers in the system. So you'll have all of your suppliers in the same place. You'll have an integrated product catalog from your official suppliers, such as Commonwealth. You'll also be able to easily import your products for unofficial suppliers. It's going to have a centralized price request and purchase orders, and it's going to be easy to track all of your purchases with the legend. Now let's have a look at the interface. So most of you might already use it. If not, you're going to be familiar with this interface in the next minutes. So when you look at the top left corner, you'll have your name. That's going to be your account. When you click on that, you'll see that in this menu, you'll have all of the information related to your profile, your preferences, your company branches, and different company contacts. It's also here you'll be able to change your password. On the top in the orange button, that's going to be the tutorial. When you're going to click on that, it's going to redirect you to the tutorials page. It's going to help you to do all of the different steps for early setup. You then have the toggle menu for purchases and sales, because here you'll be able to select whether you want to buy, purchase, or sell on the sales side. Because yes, you can also sell on the platform. Now, today we're only going to talk about purchases though. It's really the area we're focusing. Then you have the language switch, where you can toggle from French to English or English to French. Then you have the navigation menu. So those are all the different tabs that you'll need to navigate Cieblink. So you'll have the suppliers, products, wish list, shopping cart, price requests, purchases, and QR codes. Finally, in different areas of this platform, you'll see those little square buttons. One will be with with lines, and the other one is going to be with 9 squares. Those are to toggle the product view from list to images. So let's have a deeper look into the different tabs. So the first tab was supplier. In that tab, you'll be able to add all of the suppliers you do business with. So if you want to make a purchase order for a specific supplier, you first need to have added him in this tab. Then you have the products. This tab will allow you to view all of the products that you've already purchased. You can also manually add products in this tab. You then have the wish list tab. That's a buffer section from where you can send products from the product tab to the wish list prior to sending it to the shopping cart. The shopping cart itself is to be used to do just-in-time purchasing. We'll have a deeper look in that a little bit later on. Then you have price requests or price inquiries. These tabs allow you to send price inquiries to your supplier when you don't have the price of the products that you want to purchase. The purchase tabs is where you're going to be able to view and create all of your purchases and centralize it all on the platform. You then have the QR code tab. That will allow you to manage your different QR codes. And finally, you have the subscription tab. That one will allow you to manage your Cieblink account. So if you have the Cieblink Free, Premium, Pro, that's where you're going to be able to manage that. Now let's have a deeper look, a deeper dive into Cieblink Free. and how to do the different steps. So first, let's create your account. So using the link below, you'll be able to fill in all of the required information to create your account. This being said, Marilyn, do you want to add a little something?
I do. So, because we have that connection between Cieblink and our systems, it's better to do the setup with us involved, so we ensure that the connection is done rightly so. So, we would invite you to schedule a meeting with Kevin to basically help you get set up correctly.
Thank you very much, Marilyn. So just to have a little bit more on that, you'll see that there are a lot of features that Commonwealth does provide by being an official supplier on the platform. And I can assure you, you want to take advantage of all of those features. So to make sure that this happens, book a meeting with me so we're sure that everything is set up correctly. Now, once your setup has been done, so you've been created, your account has been created, you'll be able to add your different suppliers. So by toggling to the supplier tab, you'll be able to click on the top right corner to add the supplier. You search in the bar. If the supplier does exist, you can just click on add and you'll add the supplier. If he doesn't, you'll have to create the company and just add all of the appropriate information.
Kevin, does that work for my customers that way?
So something that's very awesome with Commonwealth as well. So we said that there is a bridge, everything is connected. So once you've added Commonwealth Plywood, you know that they have different branches. But that will be done automatically when your account has been set up correctly. So with the correct setup, while booking a meeting with me, we'll make sure that you're going to be attributed to the right branch. Now you'll want to add some products. So you can add products manually if it's for an unofficial supplier. So in the product tab, you'll be able to go add products. It's going to be the button is going to be at the same place as to add your suppliers. And from there, you're going to be able to then select the supplier for whom you want to add the product, and then click on the plus for each of those products that you want to add. If the product's not there for an official supplier, for instance, you'll then want to create the product.
Wait, Kevin, do my customers need to do that for Commonwealth?
Nope, they don't, because with the bridge being made directly with Commonwealth, it's going to go fish the data from its internal processes and its internal system. So with Commonwealth, the products that you'll see are the product that will be available to you. Now, if you need further assistance for these steps, again, and I think it's going to be the sentence that I'm going to say the most, feel free to book a meeting with myself. You can also send me an email, give me a call. It's going to be my pleasure to help you out. Now, let's have a little deeper look into all of those features. So first, how do we track the orders? So here we already see different statuses. So you'll see the yellow triangle. The yellow triangle is when you've sent a message. So sent an order, sent a price inquiry. So that means that your order has been sent. Now, you also have the green circle. The green circle means that your order has been accepted. And then the red square means that your order has been modified. So what do we do when the order has been modified? You click on the status. Once you've clicked on the status, you can then see which product was modified. By clicking on it, you'll be able to do the difference between what has been modified. So when you see on the side here, well, the price is the same, but it's the delivery date that changed. So here you see, oh, well, now I need to accept that the delivery date will be on the 31st instead of the 17th. So by clicking on accept, the comparison will have been accepted. Now it has turned green. And when you're going to send the order, your order will automatically turn green. That means that it is all successful, and now everything is set up for you to receive your order according to what has been determined.
Thanks, Kevin. I don't think it works that way for us, though.
No, exactly. The reason behind that is, again, it's automatic with Commonwealth. So to push it even further, not only are the products on the platform live, so you see exactly what is available to you, but you see exactly what is available to you, where and when, to what price. So let's have a little bit of a look on how that works. So I'm going to create a purchase with Commonwealth. So I first select Commonwealth. By selecting that, I can then choose my contact with who I work with. Then I'll want to add products. So I'll first add a product that is back order, just to have a look on how that works. So I'm just going to look for that specific product. All right, I've added it. Now there's going to be a new window that's going to open. As we can see, the product is under the column back order. So now I can see that I would receive it on mid-November. I can then change the quantity. For 20, it's back order as well. And now I would put for 200. Now, since that is a too high quantity, I need to contact the supplier directly. Now let's have a look for a product that is in a different branch, because like we said earlier, you have products that are in your account is attributed to one specific branch. So I want a product that is, oh, it's in another branch. So the system will flag it to you as well. Now I'll have a look for a product that is in stock. So it's in stock in my branch. I have my delivery date. I can change the delivery date if I want it further in, and I can change the quantities. So now I'll confirm that. And here I see the statuses as well. So with Commonwealth, my status, currently I don't see status right here. I see them here. So I see, oh, that one is in another branch. The other one is back order, and this one is green. That means that it's in my branch. I see also the delivery date for all of the products. When I'm going to click send it, now I'll have to choose options. Is it for pickup, delivery, or delivery by truck? So I can choose all of that. I'll also need to see that some products will be delivered at another time, and I need to select my delivery address. This is going to be the summary of my order, so I'll see everything and make sure that I want to confirm that. And now I see that the status is automatically green. The system tells you that everything is good. So you've made the right selection. Isn't that awesome? Now we've looked at products for SKU. Most of you might already know this, but maybe some don't. So on Cieblink, you can purchase SKU products, but you can also purchase a different type of products. Those are configurable products or attribute products. But I just want to make the little difference between the two. So for configurable products, it would be some items that need to have different attributes, such as a door, a cabinet door. So cabinet doors can be shaker, 45 degrees, 90 degrees. You can also have different colors, materials, and so forth, right? So if those would be all SKUs, well, you would have millions of them. And imagine just looking for the right one. That would be a headache. So we've created a configurator, and Commonwealth uses it for all of its configurable products. So let's look at how it works. So here we're in the purchase of a Venti Primoulet door. So I'm just selecting the different configuration. Now, I also want to add that this all of the attributes are dependent of the previous one. What that means is a tree-like effect. It also means that if I want to, for instance, select a door and then I want to make another selection afterwards. Well, I can only make the selection according to the door that I've selected. And this would happen like that. So here, what happened is I made a selection. While doing that selection, only those options were available, and they all show it to you. Now I can click on apply. That's going to apply it to this door, to this line right here. I can then filter for the second line because I've clicked on the little plus. And now I can then do a different configuration for the other line. When I'm going to have finished my configuration, as you can see, this one goes a lot further. So you have to answer more questions. You'll then be able to click apply. Now, I just want to have a look with you guys. So we've talked a little bit earlier about those little 9 squares. So in the images here, you'll have the option to use those 9 squares to view the images of what you're selecting. When you're going to be used to it, you just use the arrows and the tab button and you can skip from one another, so it goes a lot faster. So I'm going to click on apply here. So now the configuration has been selected for the next one. Another thing that is very important, you need to add the dimension of all your lines and select the appropriate quantities. You can toggle from millimeters to inches. Most of you guys might be using inches. That's the dimension, the metric that I use. It's funny to say metric for something that isn't, but that's a little joke. So when you'll have saved that information, it's going to send it back to you directly into the product list. You'll be able to view the configuration and then approve and send the same way that we've already shown you. Now, there is also another button that you might have noticed into that same line to add products. That is important products. Now, most of you might think already, well, what's going to be the benefit here? What do I actually want to import? Most of you most likely already use an engineering software, such as Microvellum, Cabinet Vision, maybe Mosaic. All of those software, you're able to export a bill of material. So to export a bill of material, you can then put it into this template. Putting it into this template will help you then remove transcription from your orders. So you export the bill of material, you take that bill of material for Commonwealth, and you import it directly into the order. So that will alleviate any risk of human error.
Thanks, Kevin. So I just want to reiterate the advantages of purchasing from Commonwealth through Cieblink. So because of that bridge that we've been talking about, it is immediate to when you do your purchases. So it's when you want, where you want. It is a website, so it is open 24/7, and we just process the orders during business hours afterwards. Everything is up to date. So what you see is real-time inventory and your personalized pricing as well. It is automated, so the orders are being sent directly to your branch and we can start preparing them as you send them. So I just want to remind everyone, if you have any questions, I know some of you have been asking, but please do continue to ask any of your questions. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you very much, Marilyn. So now let's have a brief overview of Cieblink Pro purchases. So the next step, again, if you ever have questions, feel free to schedule a meeting with me so we can have a deeper dive into the Cieblink Pro. So also, Commonwealth is sponsoring the purchase of Cieblink Pro and Cieblink Premium with 70% off. Marilyn, what's the promo code?
Commonwealth 70.
Don't forget, use the promo code if you want to make that purchase. The promo code is valid until November 30th. So now, if you want to benefit, what are the benefits from Cieblink Pro purchases? So first, you'll be able to perform just-in-time purchasing, which is already something very interesting, but you'll also be able to filter your shopping cart by supplier or project. And then you'll be able to use the Kanban method with QR code to manage your inventory. So let's try to figure out how that works. What's the benefit? How does that Kanban method work? So you'll be able to print out QR codes for all of the material that you have in stock. That can mean white melamine, let's say. So let's say that white melamine is on a racking in the back of the shop. The person that's doing the purchasing isn't usually the same person that's working in the shop because they are in the front. So they would need to either go in the back and look at the inventory level, or they would need to receive a call or a paper from somebody that's in the back that says, hey, we don't have enough of that white melamine anymore. So with this, you can create those QR codes. You put them in the racking just below the white melamine, and then anybody can scan it. And by anybody, I mean you need to have a phone with a camera, right? If you don't, it's going to be a little bit harder. So anybody that has a phone and a camera can scan it, and it's going to be sent into the cart of the purchaser. So the purchaser will be able to know, well, oh, our inventory level of that product is low, so I need to make that purchase. Then you'll be able to send that directly to your supplier, and you'll have the confirmation of the order. So you'll be able to scan, send the order, and have the confirmation, and it's going to go a lot smoother without having any manual entry. So let's have a look to it and how it works. Here we're in the cart. So in the cart, you'll be able to import from your bill of material. You can import it by using the same template that we've seen earlier. So you fill that template up, and you're going to be able to import that directly into the cart itself. You can have a different project number, you can have different numbers, you can have different suppliers into the cart. Because here, what you'll want to do is actually use the filtering features to then do your purchases. So you can filter by date. You can then select a specific line or a specific project to then be able to see the different filters. So if I would select all items, I would be able to click on all of the items that are for a specific supplier. You could also select a specific project, and that would be all of the items for that specific supplier and specific project. And then I would create the purchase order. So again, while to use a shopping cart, you then remove all of the manual entry if you have the engineering software, and you're able to export in an Excel spreadsheet, then import it into your cart, and you make it a lot simpler. Then you have the QR codes. So those QR codes, when you go in the products tab, you'll see on the far right, those little QR codes. When you click on them, that's going to generate the QR code. It's going to send that QR code into the QR code manager. In the QR code manager, you'll see to whom supplier each of the product is attributed. And you'll also be able to change the quantity when you scan the code. So when you're going to scan that specific code, it's going to send that item into the cart that we've just seen with the number or the quantity associated for the purchase with the QR code. So now I can select multiple QR codes. I can select group action and print all of them. So when you're going to print those QR codes, you can print them on, here is a Spartan Industrial, so 1 inch by 1 inch labels. And then you can select as many as you want. And you can also select the position where it's going to be printed. That's because we want to be as eco-friendly as possible. We're still using here some stickers, but it's for a good cause. So for instance, you've already printed until line 1 till 28. Well, you can select position 29, and the following QR code are going to be from 29, in this case, until 33. And then you send to print. Now here we'll see a quick video of how it works.
Cieblink is a platform that simplifies your purchases in 3 easy steps. First, scan your product, which will add it directly to your cart. Next, use the just-in-time feature to create your purchase order. Choose which items you want to purchase now from your supplier, and send it when it's ready. The order will then be in sent mode, and once the supplier confirms, you are all set.
So easy, right? Now we'll have a brief overview of Cieblink Premium purchases. So that one is a little bit more of a service. So how it's going to work is we're going to help you generate the reports that you need to be able to then do the import from either Microvellum, Cabinet Vision, or Mosaic directly into Cieblink. So that means we still remove the manual entry. Now we'll have a brief overview of Synapse Supplying. So the benefits of Synapse Supplying is in this particular case, you'll be able to import the bill of material from your engineering software into the system. You'll then be able to manage configurable products for purchasing. You'll also have the inventory model that would be contactless adjustment based on your consumption. So that means according to what you're actually consuming, you'll see your level of inventory. You'll also have the intelligent supplying module that will be able to do consumption forecasting and replenishment planning. And also you'll have still the feature that we're talking about Cieblink. So you'll be able to send your purchase orders through Cieblink, but you'll also receive the information back from Cieblink into your system to update your system. You'll finally have a real-time snapshot of your inventory at all times. So what are the key takeaways? Why should you simplify your purchases? First, it means lighter management. It also means planning based on confirmed dates. It also means minimizing your storage space. It also means taking into account volume discounts. So leveraging that as much as possible. It means also increased efficiency of your team. And finally, it means removal of manual transcription.
Thanks, Kevin. And thank you everyone for joining the webinar today. I'm just gonna go over the benefits of sending your purchases orders through to Commonwealth with Cieblink free purchases. So as I mentioned earlier, it is immediate. So when you are ready, when you want it, you can send it to us. There is a door configuration tool available as well from Premolay, Prestolam, Door Industries, and Thermodor that's available. You can request your quotes directly via Cieblink. You can track your purchase orders as well with a clear and simple legend. I wanted to add as well that so we do have our website that is free. Cieblink free purchases is also available for you for free. But if you are interested in the more advanced features like Cieblink Pro or Cieblink Premium, we are offering that 70% discount that is valid to our customers up until November 30th. So please book a meeting with Kevin if you're interested in that. We are going to start the Q&A session very soon. So if you do have any questions, please send them through the chat. And Kevin has a few words that he wants to say, so go ahead.
Thank you very much, Marilyn. So again, feel free to book a meeting for the early setup as well. So to create your account, to make sure that it communicates right with Commonwealth. Again, book that meeting. We want you to be to use all of those awesome features on the free side as well. I'll finish that on saying, so I said it a little bit earlier, so Synapse is a company dedicated to the woodworking industry. We've done a multiple array of solutions to solve an array of different challenges. So we also have a design software, we have purchases, sales, we also have a complete ERP, and we also can help you with CAD/CAM systems. So from the beginning of the entry until the end complete of your processes, passing through your suppliers, we can help you out. Now, let's look at those Q&A. So,
perfect. So I'm going to start. There was some questions about the presentation. It will be given to you at the end of the webinar. So we will be sending that through email. Then I think the promo code is taken care of. The door configuration software, we have Thermodor, and then Prestolam, Door Industries, and Primulate that is available to you through the door configuration system. Are there any other questions? I don't believe so at the moment.
great. Well, if we don't have any other question, that means that we were pretty clear. I think we had a great crowd today. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. Again, feel free to send me an email if you ever have further questions. If you want also book a meeting with myself, you can go on our website. You'll find the link also there if you weren't able to catch it right now during the show. And you'll also receive the webinar session, so the presentation, in an email afterwards.